Believe me, if you take the time and set the foundation using these 4 steps, you will stack the odds in your favor and be moving towards a life of more energy, more healing, and more harmony. Hey, my name is Angel White and I make music and share mindful lifestyle content, and I am so grateful that you are joining me today. For me, 2023 marks about 10 years of me being on a plant-based diet. Wow. I'm proud of me. So in today's video, I'm combining my experience, my knowledge, research gained over the past decade to share what I would do if I was starting a plant-based diet today. I'm talking throwing out the chicken wings thawing on the counter kind of start from scratch. I'm using a guideline I created called F.A.T.S, because who don't love some good old F.A.T.S?
I know that's right.
Find your why, assess the situation, test the science, and start. I'll also be including some resources that helped me greatly along my whole food journey later in the video, so make sure you stay to the end to catch those diamonds. But first,
Disclaimer alert, listen, I am nobody's doctor. The information in this video is provided as is and for general information only. It is not intended as medical advice and should not be relied upon as a substitute for professional consultation with a qualified healthcare provider familiar with your individual medical needs.
And now to the basics. What is a plant-based diet? So plant-based eating encompasses a wide variety of dietary patterns, mostly consuming of whole grains, legumes, beans, fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, and little to no animal byproduct. Now, you do not, I repeat, you do not have to be vegan to be plant-based. And I'm gonna say this for the girls in the back. You do not have to be vegan to be plant-based. And that resonates with me because as someone who's had a commitment issue with the eating style, I love a broad umbrella term to make me feel all right. First up, find your why. For some people, food is just food. It's a means to stay alive and nothing more than that. But for some people, food is everything. Food is culture. Food is an experience. It is symbolic. Food is life, literally and figuratively. It is everything. Neither is right or wrong, neither. But depending on where you land, transitioning into a plant-based diet can have a major impact on your emotional, on your mental, and even on your physical well-being. And I believe a lot of that has to do with identity. In Atomic Habit, James Clear quotes, "Your identity shapes your habits and your habits shape your identity." So it's important to solidify your why. Questions you can ask to determine this is this for a health diagnosis you were recently given? Are you moved by the current deforestation crisis we're in? Or are you dedicated to gaining optimal health? Having a clear motive while transitioning and beyond can really keep you grounded when you reach certain obstacles in the road. An obstacle could be like the family member that says you're gonna be too skinny if you stop eating meat. Or you're gonna lose your muscle, you're gonna be soft. Or your friends make fun of your food choices. For years, my friends referred to my food as lawn clippings, rabbit food. Rude. And yeah, did it get under my skin a little bit? Sometimes. But ultimately, I stood firm in who I believed I was and why I was doing what I was doing. So in those instances, your why will trigger a new default and you'll be able to stand firm in your new whole food eating habits. Now, assess your situation. Having a baseline of where you are before you jump in can provide important insight and aid you in your transition. Taking inventory of yourself, your living situation, your family, reveals how much of a shift is gonna occur in your day-to-day life. Questions you can ask yourself are, how's your health? How are you feeling most mornings when you wake up? Are you tired? Are you achy? Are you sick often? Constipated much? Are there any concerns that you should consult with your doctor with before starting? Do you cook? Do you even like to cook? Will you need meal kits? Will you be ordering out? Is this transition just for you? Is your partner transitioning? Are your kids? Is this gonna be a family thing? Are everyone gonna do their own solo meals? All these questions can help you understand how smooth of a transition this is gonna be. Now for my favorite step, test the science. There is so much information out on the web about which eating lifestyle is the most supreme. I mean, from keto to Mediterranean to high fat to low carb. Figure out what information is valid and what's not valid can be completely overwhelming. So I say this, test the science. Heavy on the science. Think of this as your own little science experiment and the sample size is you. Treat yourself as the n=1. Remember, you know you best. Only you experience your body every single day. You feel every pop and tingle. You smell your breath in the morning. You see your bowel movements. Please tell me that y'all are looking at your poop, please. And only you know what makes you feel good and what doesn't. What works for one body may not work for another. So it's important while changing things up to stay in tune with how your body responds. And of course, start. Just do it. I have a line in one of my deep cuts on SoundCloud where I sing, and I quote,
"Regret hurts more than rest, that's my experience, I'm spitting truth."
And with that, let's begin our segment on behavioral economics. Say you try it out. Toss out the butter, the sour cream, the crab legs, put in a few months of plant-based meals, and ultimately realize, hey, this isn't for me. No harm, no foul. But imagine if you don't start. You'll be wondering until you reach the upper room how your life might have panned out had you just decided to eat a little different. The pain of not trying far outweighs the longing for if you did. So I encourage you to start. Oftentimes the biggest hurdle is getting out of our head and just getting into some action. Start simple, start small, try some swaps. I think a good replacement will be replacing your chicken with something like oyster mushroom, your seafood with oyster mushroom, trying some plant-based cheeses if you can't really give up cheese, mung bean, chickpea for eggs. The swaps are endless. Or you could even try just one day a week, a meatless Monday, one meal a week. The idea is to just start. Please don't wait until you're perfect. That day is not gonna come. The idea is to take it day by day and just begin. A whole plant food lifestyle is not a sprint, it is a marathon. We're talking a lifelong journey. So be gentle with yourself and know that you have everything you need to win. All right, so you're here, we made it. What helped me get along this journey, eh? First, the Rich Roll podcast. Rich Roll has a compilation of a bunch of podcast interviews he's done with plant-based professionals, doctors, researchers, nutritionists who provide evidence-based information on why plant-based eating is the optimal diet for human beings. Other YouTube channels that I enjoy, there's Dr. Bobby Price. He's a holistic nutritionist that provides a lot of great information on why eating plant-based can reverse disease, can help you live longer and live better. A few girls that inspire me here to do some cute things with my meals. Ree Turner, formerly known as Plant-Based Princess, especially in her earlier YouTube days, she does a lot of inspiration for plant-based meals. And then there's Rachel Ama. She's a Brit girl that cooks vegan meals with a lot of bold ingredients. She does a lot of cultural meals, so I really get inspired to try something new over on her channel. For a book, we have The China Study by the Campbells. It's a father and son, doctor, PhD that go in and basically do one of the most in-depth research projects on understanding nutrition and how plant-based eating basically came out on top. So I definitely recommend that one. So yeah, I'll link everything below and you have all the tools you need to get started and start living a plant-based life. So there you have it. Here's my advice on what to do first. Use the F.A.T.S framework. Do not overthink this. This is a guide, not a religion on how to make the change. Y'all, do not stress about this. This is supposed to help you, not hinder you. Believe me, if you take the time and set the foundation using these 4 steps, you will stack the odds in your favor and be moving towards a life of more energy, more healing, and more harmony. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed content like this, please consider subscribing. These little gestures help my channel in such a big way, and I truly appreciate it. Now I want to chat it up with you in the comments. What video should I do next for this series? I'm thinking of making this a little series. So let's choose between 2. So should I do like a 10 tips to transition into plant-based eating, or should I do a sit down talking about my journey from meat eater to plant eater? Let me know below. Comment and I will get that to you as soon as I can. So that's all for now. As always, stay grounded, stay growing, and I love you. See you in the next video.